This is back in the days when first year pay was still pretty
Yeah.
low, and it was just not. I mean, I was actually losing money being on reserve and working there
Yeah.
than actually
Talking
like making
talking
money.
about that, if you don't mind, going back to Mesa real
Sure,
quick. I'm curious. If you don't mind,
sure. Sure.
disclosing, what were you getting paid your first year as a FO at Mesa?
Twen- $22 an hour.
$22 an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah, which
yeah,
came out to maybe 18K a year or something like that.
yeah. I think in my first year there, I think I maybe did 22 or twenty three
God,
thousand
sick.
a
That
year.
is crazy.
Yeah, it's rough. You see, like these young, like when you came in, you came in with the new pay rates, right? What was your first year when you started at Envoy?
My first year was at I think it was 34. I think something like that.
Yeah. See, you new guys to the game will never know the
Oh,
struggle.
absolutely. Yeah, I was able to. Yeah, I was able to.
$2 an hour.
Luckily, and then the second year you went up to, I think you got like a $10 increase right away. Your second year, so I was making 40, whatever 40, whatever it is 45, whatever an hour. But yeah, I think so. That's what it was, 34. But it was definitely not, what is known to be. It was definitely higher. They had just they were still going through negotiation at the point when I went there, and it was really a bad time. But I think with the pay was relatively better. So, but yeah, I've heard of people, man, back in the days. I've spoke to a bunch of captains and whatnot or FOs. Prior to my time, and they were making. I think one guy said they made like 17.5, 19.5, a year.
Yeah, it was at first year, even in anything as an FO really back in those days. I mean, you had to upgrade it, not just because you wanted to fly time. You upgraded because you wanted to survive.
Yeah,
You're like,
man.
man, I need to survive. I'm getting in debt. I can't live. Like I need to, and I need to, I need to go. I need to upgrade. So you're in that upgrade check ride, sweating. You're like, oh, I need to live.
Yeah,
It's
man.
like,
Yeah, yeah,
got to pass so I can survive.
yeah. That's crazy. All right. All right. Anyways, so yeah. Um, okay. So you left. Was it you said air shuttle? Is that what it was? And then
Shuttle America. Yeah,
what
yeah.
were you flying there?
I was flying the 170, 175 Embraers.
The 175.
The E-Jet.
Oh
Yeah,
man, that was
171.
in 2000.
Uh-huh.
What year was that?
That was 2000. Hold on, I gotta think about it. But they came back and picked. I think it was 2013.
It makes sense. I mean, it was Republic.
Yeah, 2013.
Yeah,
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 It's about 2000. Yeah, it was winter 2013.
Okay.
I think January, February. Yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yep.
So yes, you're in the right seat in the or FO, a right seat in the 175. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, those planes, 2013, has been around for a while. Okay.
Yeah, no, I remember they had them when I was actually. I think they just got them when I was. When I got hired at Mesa. A buddy of mine, when I got hired right after I did at Mesa, he actually jumped ship and went to Compass and flew them there in 2008.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, they've been around a
A
while.
long ass time.
Yeah.
The hell. Cool.
Yeah, I know, right?
And then so this is now if you go into the I don't know about now 2021. The regionals are relatively better now. I mean, now you fly, you're jumping into the 175 is kind of the standard regional aircraft now. I mean, a few airlines still flying the CRJs and Envoy. You're still flying the 145, but I think they're trying to get rid of them, send them to I think it's Piedmont or something like that. But the regionals now, man, are the standards are relatively higher. Like now, you can get on on a 175, which is almost a mainline aircraft. Very sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
And whatnot. And then you went to when did you get on with GoJet? Oh, that happened.
I got hired when I came back. I got hired at GoJet in January 2015. Yeah, January 2015 is when I got hired on GoJet. And talking about my experience I got in that Mesa, which is the majority of it, it set me up perfectly that I was in the left seat 6 months in after I got hired. So I was only in a right seat at GoJet for for 6 months before I moved into the left.
Oh, okay. So you were able
Before I
to.
was captain there.
Oh, awesome,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. So how was that? How was the training, by the way?
So it's as far as like all three airlines, or are you talking about just in GoJet in general?
Yeah, let's go back to. I'm gonna jump around, but yeah, let's do. I want to quick because I'm curious about Mesa in 2007.
Sure.
Like, how was the training there? Like, how was that?
I will actually say that the training at Mesa was actually better, probably than hold on to your hats, probably than any other airline I had been at so far.
Believe it or not, I actually believe you. Believe it or not.
Yeah. I mean, it was their training department was. I mean, it was really good. I mean, our ground school guy, our NDOT guy, our systems guy was a mechanic. He knew the airplane inside out. You learned about the airplane. You weren't. It wasn't always a checking event like I'm kind of where I'm at now. Everything is a checking event. They check. They don't teach. You're supposed to know everything already apparently. Yeah. But at Mesa you actually learned the all the way to fixed based, learning the flight deck to actually flying the sim, and even on to the IOE, initial operating experience, actually flying the airplane. It was actually really decent. At the time I couldn't compare it to anything because that was my first experience, but going through for example, Republic and say GoJet, all their training is outsourced to flight safety.
Oh, whoa! I didn't know that.
Yeah. What? I think the NDOC you would get with the actual company itself, with that airline itself. And anything after that was all outsourced to flight safety.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's just being
and that's how they did it. A lot of these guys, they'd rather pay someone else to do it than do it themselves. But Mesa, everything was done in house. Every instructor you had was a Mesa employee. None of this, the outsourcing to contractors, any of that stuff.
Yeah. You mentioned.
So you learned.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that. So you learned everything the Mesa way from start to finish. Versus if I'll give you a perfect example, like when I was at a shuttle, you're going through the ground school or even the sims. You've had instructors that were working at on the Republic side or whatever other airlines that fly 170s, because so then there would be a lot of bleed over. The instructor tell you something that wasn't actually from your SOP, it's from another airline, so there'd be a lot of confusion sometimes.
Yeah.
Going through training as to what is right and wrong because your instructor worked for 3 or 4 different airlines.
This is you're talking about when they outsource it to flight safety. So your flight safety instructor, because other companies outsource as well. He's basically he has to learn all the procedures and manuals from all those other airlines. So then when you show up from GoJet, he gets all confused because he doesn't know who the hell you fly for, or maybe he does, but he gets all the damn manuals mixed up, and the flows and all that stuff, which is ridiculous. I hold my breath and see